Hi, I'm Sarah Braaten, and this is my project one for Cardiology 215. I'm going to be drawing the heart and circulatory system for you. Bear with my drawing, but it's not going to be perfectly anatomically correct, just basically to show you where the heart or where the blood moves throughout your body and how it oxygenates and delivers to the tissues. So we're going to use the fridge here. So as you know, the heart is an awesome muscle that we have in our body. It is about the size of your fist, and it's located a little bit to the left side of the chest. Here's my heart. Here's the top, here's the apex of the heart, which is, it's a little bit tilted this way in the body. The heart has 4 chambers. The top is the atria, the lower is the ventricles. So we have Michael here, and he's delivering deoxygenated blood back to the heart because it needs to get oxygenated again. So there's 2 routes that this happens. The top portion delivers at the superior vena cava, and the lower portion delivers in the inferior vena cava. So that comes right about here to the heart. They join in, pump the blood into the right atria, and the green signifies that it's deoxygenated, by the way. So the blood is going through here to the atrium, has to go into the ventricle, and has to go out to the lungs. So here is where the separation is. There is a valve here called the tricuspid valve. So the heart has 4 one-way valves, and it just keeps blood circulating in the right direction, doesn't allow it to back up. So the blood moves from the atria to the left ventricle. And now it has to be pumped out to the lungs. So this is our lungs. The blood comes down through the pulmonary valve, the second valve of the heart, and it's going to the lungs to get oxygenated. So it comes back from the lungs, all ready to go through the body to bring more oxygen to the tissues and cells. So it comes back from the lungs. This time it goes through to the left atrium, comes down here, has to go into the left ventricle, so it goes through the bicuspid valve, also called the mitral valve. It enters the left ventricle, and now it can exit out and go to the body. So this route is, this is a pulmonary artery. It's kind of backwards because you think of veins carrying deoxygenated blood, arteries carrying oxygenated blood. Well, in the heart it's kind of flipped around, it's completely backwards, so that's kind of confusing. So this is the pulmonary artery, comes back into the heart using the pulmonary vein. The electrical impulses is it's the electrical function of the heart that makes the mechanical work. So the electrical function, there has to be a pacemaker site. Some of you have heard of people having pacemakers. It looks like a deck of cards underneath the skin. Well, we are all born with pacemaker cells, and sometimes those malfunction, so we need a fake one put in, if you will. So there are 3 nodes that send impulses to the heart to make it pump, the mechanical part. So the mechanical part of the heart is the myocardium, the heart cells, and they cause the pumping action and keep the heart moving. The electrical stimulus, this starts right up in here. This is called the sinoatrial node. That's the main node that sends the electrical impulses through the heart. So it sends it here, telling the atrium to fill up with blood and shoot it down into the ventricles. So this is how the heart pumps. If this one malfunctions, there's the the electrical activity moves down towards here. This is the AV junction where the second stimulus happens. And then we have the left and right bundle branches that carries the stimulus, so it makes the whole heart like, it's just like a telephone wire that it's all pumping at the same time. All of the information has to get to the heart through these telephone wires. So we have the right and left bundle branches that go down to the Purkinje fibers that are on the bottom. Now the heart pumps from the base up, and I always thought it was this way that came down, but it pumps out through the top. So it comes out through the aorta, which is actually on top, but I drew it on the bottom. So it comes out through the aorta and goes to the rest of the body. So that kind of describes the mechanical and electrical function of the heart as well. Finally, we have, how the nervous system controls the heart. We have a part of the nervous system that's called the autonomic nervous system. This is where we don't have to think about it. Our body just automatically does it. There's two branches of that called the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. The sympathetic it uses two chemicals to impact the body's functions, and those are norepinephrine and epinephrine. The sympathetic is pretty much the fight or flight response of our body. So if someone walks up to you and scares you, your sympathetic nervous system, it takes over and it releases these chemicals and it causes your heart rate to rise. This also happens during exercise. The sympathetic nervous system helps keep your heart rate up, working your body systems. The parasympathetic is kind of like the relaxed state, and it uses acetylcholine as the chemical to impact the body's functions. So that's how the nervous system impacts the heart rate, keeps it either down or up or circulating more blood, less blood. That's the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. Hope you enjoyed my tutorial of the heart. Thank you very much.